Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Math Monday. I'm Miss Barnes, and this segment is for kindergarten through second grade. How's everyone doing this morning? I hope you had a great week. I know this week is supposed to be pretty nice outside, so make sure that you're taking extra care of yourself in this high-stress environment. Today, we are going to be working on a specific strategy called counting on. And we are going to need a number line today. Now, if you don't have one at home, that's okay. I'm going to show you how to make one really quickly. Take any piece of paper. You'll notice mine is kind of small, but that's okay, it'll still work. Take any piece of paper, and I want you to fold it in half, both horizontally and vertically. So you're going to fold it 2 times. I'm going to make the fold for the long edge first, and then I'm going to go ahead and fold it again. Both of these lines are important for getting our number line right. Okay. And then what you'll do is you'll take a black marker and you'll just trace over the line that cuts the paper in half, the long edge. And then in the line on the middle, you're going to make 1 hash mark and mark that as 5. Okay. On the far end, we need a 0. On the left, put a 0. On the right, put a 10. And then in between 0 and 5, you need 1, 2, 3, and 4. And in between 5 and 10, you need 6, 7, 8, and 9. So take a moment now, finish getting your number line ready, and let's get ready to learn. Getting started. Is your number line ready? Like I said, today we're going to be working with the count on strategy. It's a specific strategy, and the tool that we'll use is a number line today. Let's jump right into our first question. Jack sees 7 ducks in the pond. Hannah sees 2 more. How many ducks do they see in all? Do you remember when we learned our strategies for solving word problems that the first step is to read the problem in its entirety? That means the whole thing. Do you remember what that allows us to do? That's right, it gives us what's called context, and we're able to understand the story that the problem is trying to tell us. So here in this story, Jack and Hannah see ducks at a pond. Do you remember a time when we saw ducks at a pond? That's right, we went to Loose Park in August, maybe September. And we saw the ducks and we counted the ducks in the pond there. So let's talk about how to solve this problem. Jack sees 7 ducks in the pond. Hannah sees 2 more. How many ducks do they see in all? Now, when we're talking about using this specific strategy with a number line, we need to talk about a couple different things. First, we're always going to mark in the question where we will start and how many we will count on. So here I'm going to take my drawing tool and I'm going to highlight a couple different numbers, and I want you to tell me what we're going to do with them. So the first number that I would like to talk about is the number 7. Okay. Jack sees 7 ducks. Why is that an important number? Do you know? Well, let's talk about the other number. Hannah sees 2 more. One of these numbers is where we start, and one of these numbers is how many we need to count on in order to find our sum. So where do we start? With 7 or with 2? Let's start with 7. So on my number line, I'm going to put my finger on number 7. When I put my finger on number 7, you will see a green highlight pop up with number 7. So you find number 7 on your number line and put your finger on it. There is my number 7. Now, I'm going to take my pencil and I'm going to count on. When I count on using a number line, you're going to see a hump and an arrow pointing to the next number. That way I know which direction on the number line I'm counting, and how many humps is how many times I have to count on. So let's start at 7, and Jack saw 7 ducks. Well, how many did Hannah see? Hannah sees 2 more. So let's start at 7, and with your pencil or with your finger, I want you to count 1 to 8, and 1 more to 9. So this is 1, that is 1. So altogether, we counted 2 more. Now, what number did we land on? Take a minute and look. That's right, we landed on 9. So what do you think the sum of our question is? What is the answer to our problem? The question is, how many ducks do they see in all? So our answer is they see 9 ducks. How did you do with that one? Are you ready to try another one? Let's see what the next question says. So here's the second question. Are you ready to try it out? Remember, step 1 is to read the whole question. Brandon is picking tomatoes from the garden. There are 4 in the basket. He puts 3 more in. How many tomatoes are in the basket now? So let's think about the problem and the story that it's telling us. The second step is, let's talk about what our answer is going to look like. What is our answer statement going to say? So the question that we have to answer, is how many tomatoes are in the basket now? So our answer statement should say, there are some, so I'm leaving a blank, tomatoes in the basket. That is our answer statement. Now let's go back and read the question a second time and figure out where we need to start and how many we need to count on. Are you ready? I'm going to get my highlighter tool out, and we're going to stop when we get to the second sentence. So, are you ready to read with me? Brandon is picking tomatoes from the garden. There are 4 in the basket. So that tells me that we need to start on the number 4. How many do we need to count on? Let's read the next sentence. The next sentence says, he puts 3 more in. So that tells me we need to count 3. So I'm going to take my tool here, and we're going to count 3 jumps to the right because he's adding. So 4, count 1, 2, 3, and I'll draw my arrow there because that's where I'm going to stop. I'm going to put my finger on the answer to our question. I'd like you to do the same on your number line. Are you ready? My answer is 7. What's your answer? Did you also get 7? Great job. So when we go to fill in our answer, how many tomatoes are in the basket? If you said 7, you're correct. Are you ready to try one more? There's one last problem for you today. The last problem we're going to try together is this problem. Step 1, read the whole thing from start to finish. Anna fills 6 bowls with water. Then she fills 1 more. How many bowls did she fill? Okay. Well, our first step is always to take the question and turn it into a statement. So let's find our question. How many did she fill? So our statement is going to say, Anna filled blank bowls. Remember that blank is there because we don't know how many she has filled yet. We are trying to solve for that. Now let's go back and reread the question and let's find out where we're going to start on our number line and where we're going to end on our number line, or how many we're going to count on rather. So the first step, let's read the first sentence and find out how we start on our number line. So Anna fills 6 bowls with water. Can you find 6 on your number line? What if you can't find 6? Do you think you can count from 0 to 6? Awesome. Let's start at 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, and there is 6. Great job. Now, when we're counting on from 6, what number do we need to count for? What number do we need to count on? So we need to take our tool and come back to the question and read the second sentence that says she filled one more basket, or bowl rather, sorry. She filled one more bowl. So we're going to start at 6 and we're going to fill one more bowl. And we landed on the number 7. So can you tell me, how many bowls did Anna fill altogether? That's right, great job. Anna filled 7 bowls altogether. That does it for today, friends. You did a great job and you worked so hard. I can't wait to see you next week. It was my pleasure having you in class today. Remember, if you want to show me what you're doing every day in school, if you want to show me the answers to your questions, you can find me on Twitter at MissB_KCPS. We'll see you next week.